All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:43 in the morning of September the 20th, 2021, and this is my morning strategy session. So I want to start off with a happy anniversary to Ellen Thompson and Joe Thompson. If you're out there and you're listening, happy anniversary. All right, so today it's a down day on the broader market. Before I get into that, I'll go over here to. We'll do this kind of in the regular order here. I have one small cap that I am highly confident that I will trade today. In fact, I've already traded it a little bit pre-market for this break of this Fibonacci. Now, there's some history here. So. Back here, this is the daily chart. Back here on the 25th of January, right here. I don't remember if I traded this or not, but I put these levels on here on the 25th of January, and the price action it is sort of obeying the Fibonacci levels. Here's the 10-minute chart. So here we have, the Fibonacci levels from the beginning of the year in 2021, and here we have, it closed, kind of above that price, that bottom price on Friday, and now here pre-market it opened up right here at this. I use the 25%, not the whatever the Fibonacci. I think it's like 23 or whatever. So it opened up around my 25, ran up. Came down, found support in the general area of is that the 50? Let's see, this is a 75, 61, 850. Okay, found general support in the area of the 30, oh geez, what is it? I don't remember. I have to look. It's terrible. I don't remember these things. 38.2. So found some support in the 38.2 right here. Ran through the 50. And then moved up to the 68.2, 68.8, God, I can't even remember. 61.8, sorry. Tried to kind of hold there, put in a pivot at the 61.8 Fibonacci, and now is pulling back through. I have a pre-market order in right now for $7.97, kind of be in front of that $7.96. So I have it at $7.97. If it hits, pre-market here, we've got another 45 minutes until the bell rings, then it hits. If not, then, I'll probably wait until regular hours to see what this thing's going to do. 11.96 is the high. I can't really pull it up on the 10-minute. It's not letting me. Oh, and actually, something that's kind of curious about this. So this is the 10-minute chart, right? But it actually is letting me pull all the way back to January 25th. Like usually there would be so many data points on a stock like this that I wouldn't be able to scroll all the way back to almost a year earlier on the 10-minute chart. So this thing is traded extremely sparsely. I'm talking probably just less than 100,000 shares over the year. I don't know actually. I guess there's a way to find out. Let me see. Give me a month. All right. Well, anyway, so relative volume has got to be enormous on this thing. Pre-market, it has traded 6.3 million shares, and it has an 8.46 million share float. So that's why I like it. Oh, and it's got a catalyst, so it's popping up on news that it has some kind of an enrollment for. Here we go. EDSA Biotech achieves enrollment milestone in phase 2/3 trial of COVID-19 monoclonal antibody therapy. And these things are getting fast-tracked. These treatments and medications and so forth for COVID-19 are getting fast-tracked. We'll see what happens, The next thing that I am looking at is, the next thing I have on watch is ZIVO, ZIVO. let's take a look at it on the 10-minute. It's a little bit cleaner on the 10-minute, although this can be deceptive. These candles are pretty clean. I put a Fibonacci on the morning's high from yesterday's close. Actually, here's yesterday's close. There we go. That's more like it. The thing about this one is that there's no catalyst. I can't find a catalyst on this thing. Actually, here we go. Where is it? ZIVO. All it says is ZIVO Bioscience shares more than doubled, reversing a slump in the previous session. There's no. I don't have a catalyst. I don't have a reason, to trade it. Price action is great, but price action alone can be really disappointing. When people find out, oh, this thing, it applied for a mixed shelf here in August, 125 million, which means it's putting up cash. It's collecting cash. Let's see if it does any. If it does any revenues here. No, it doesn't do. There's no revenues. So it's just I have no idea what's going on with it, and it definitely needs a catalyst in order to trade it. Because sometimes people can get into these things and be like, oh, it's price action, who cares, But then at 9:30 or 9:31 in the morning, the catalyst comes out that the CEO of ZIVO Bioscience says he has no idea why the stock is being bid up so high today. It's up right now, pre-bell, it's up 106%. And I've seen that recently a few times. The stock just starts getting bid up, and the CEO comes out at 9:35, 10 o'clock, or whatever. It says, we don't know. There's no announcement. We don't know what's going on. And all of a sudden, the stock starts to plummet. And it's like, okay, that's momentum for you. It sucks. All right. When stuff like that happens. So I definitely want a catalyst when I'm trading. I want a reason, at least some reason, to pique people's interest. Okay. So then POHY. This is Porsche America. Let me move some of the stuff out of the way so it's a little bit easier to see. So actually, I've got two fib retracements here. Let's see what is going on. Interesting. I didn't realize I had another Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so the Fibonacci retracement that I'm looking at right now is from this gap. So Porsche was kind of consolidating, moved up here to this $6 level or so, and then it did a pretty gentle slope consolidation here. But then on after February 17th, it gapped up and really started to move. And so I put the Fibonacci that I'm using today from that gap in the move up. Now, what's going on today is with the general market in general, and I also had a price action back here. It gapped up on this day right here, and I was looking for an entry right here, and I never got it. I never got this entry between 949 and 966. And so I've just watched POAHY Porsche kind of move without me. It went from, roughly, I'll just call it $10, to a high of 1239 over the course of about 2.5 months. That's a 23% gain. But I wasn't a part of it, and it's really quite unfortunate. And so then back here on this day, on the 20th of August, it dipped down into my price range, and I wasn't paying attention to it. And so once again, I didn't take advantage of what I was looking at. Now today, I'm interested in it, and I think it's because a pre-market right now, if it opened up right now, it would open up at $9.25 a share, and that's a negative 4.93% move in one day, it's Porsche, I've forgotten what quad Germany's in. Germany's forecast to be back into a really good economic situation by the middle of next year. and so at $9.25 here, and I'll really, let me clean this up so it's a little bit easier to see. Let me get those things out of the way. You can see 9.25. Let me see if I can get the 10-minute. There's just a little speck there. It's really hard to see. There's a tiny little speck of pre-market price activity. Let's see if that's a bit of an anomaly here. Okay, so pre-market, it's only traded 920 shares. And actually, its last trade was at $9.18. But generally speaking, it's I don't expect this stock to stay down for too long. And it's close to Fibonacci level here that I like. Let's see, this is the, let me see, 100, okay, 75, 61.50. Okay, so it's actually kind of trailing down a bit. But I think this will probably be a decent time to start averaging into a position. I mean, like, you know, buy low, sell high, right? So this thing is giving an opportunity here on a pullback. This Fibonacci is at $9.16. And so between $9.16 and $8.48, if I can get a pullback here and start averaging into a position, I could probably be pretty happy with the results in, 6 months to a year. Okay, everybody. So those are my trading ideas for the day. Here, let's pull up the SPY. It is getting taken behind the woodshed right now. It is not nice. Let me get this Fibonacci out of here for a minute so it's a little bit easier to see. So if we open up right now, we would open up below this last dip here at 436.27 that was put in on the 19th, just a month ago. Technically speaking, that's at least short-term bearish to open up below this. This would be a support level, 436.27. Okay, the VIX here. Let me take a look at the VIX on the daily. So this is the gap. The dotted white lines are the gap. Let's see. Let's get that out of the way. Yeah. So that this 2150, 21.49 is a temporary. That was a temporary line I put up pre-market on Friday for the VIX topping out, and actually you can see here on Friday it went right to it. And pulled back. And so I was kind of thinking that would be the end of the bearish move on the SPY. But this Evergrande situation has people really rattled for a couple of reasons. One, it's China, and China is willing to walk away from a failure, without any remedy, and leave whoever is holding the bag just holding the bag. Evergrande, China might just let Evergrande fail, and they'll do what they need to do domestically to ensure that there are no systemic issues in their banks and so forth, whatever. But when it comes to anybody outside, they're like, yeah, not my problem, So China's they play hardball. So 2476. This is a level that I'd put up, I don't know, some time ago. I just kind of start putting lines on a chart kind of thing, and there's a coincidence that the VIX found support there this morning. So far, this is pre-market action. Love to see the VIX just start falling back. I don't think so. The fear is that this thing is going to be systemic. That there's going to be contagion. There's how is all this that's happening with Evergrande going to affect anybody else? Is anybody leveraged to this thing? It's going to start missing its debt payments this week. How's that going to affect the subsequent cash flows from debt payments and interest payments? Who's counting on that for whatever they have going on? I don't know. $300 billion in the big scheme, default on 300 billion isn't all that big of a deal these days. You know, in the 80s, a default of 300 billion, that would have been, you know, insane. But these days, 300 billion is kind of like, you know, there are trillions sloshing around, you know, on balance sheets and stimulus and da 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 da. So we'll have to see. You know, my gut is telling me that all the losses are already baked in. Everybody knows. You know, Evergrande. Apparently, these bonds are already trading down in the 10 and 20% levels. You know, so you know, everything's already. Or, you know, anybody that's holding any of this stuff has already booked their losses. They're going to market, you know, to the market. So, Bitcoin coming close to the 42,000 mark again. Look at this. So this was Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. And so I had Friday marked off as an event. I don't know. The 42,000 is a really important support level for Bitcoin. And you can see here, you know, let's see, on the 7th of September, you know, it got bought up, and then it hit those 7th of September levels again, went a little bit lower, got close to 42,000, and then, you know, it's gotten bought up again. It's getting bought up away from 42,000. What happens exactly, I don't know. But you know, I think that Bitcoin has probably put in its downside move for the time being. And you're going to see this thing kind of come down, you know, and then move back up again. That's what I think. But you know, okay. So then I'm watching the SPX here. So when this opens, it'll be significantly different. I have a floor of 43.27 on today's move. So if 43.27 gets hit, I'm going to be looking for an opportunity to go long the SPY at that point. Yeah. All right, everybody. That is going to be my morning strategy session. Good luck out there. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at the recap. I am out.